Hello again, sports bettors. This is Jeff Makinen at DRF Sports. Today I will be handicapping the Monday night matchup between the 8-3 Minnesota Vikings and the 9-2 Seattle Seahawks, two of the hottest teams in the NFC going into this game. The game will take place Monday night, 8:15 p.m. Eastern Time in Seattle. You probably noticed this green stamp which says free sample. That's because DRF Sports is giving you free access to all our content this Thanksgiving week. This includes all our betting angles, game simulator, real-time betting trends, power ratings, and profitable edge plays, all free on the site sports.drf.com through Sunday, December 1st. Seattle is a 3-point favorite and an over-under of 49 in this game. Both of those have held tight throughout the week. Looking at game simulator estimate number one, Minnesota projected to win 26-23, so that is actually 6 points of line value to the Vikings. Over-under is right on the money. 26-26 tie is projected in game simulator estimate number two. Again, 3 points of value to the Vikings and 3 points of value to the over. And the power line projects a pick, which again is 3 points of value to the Vikings. So overall, there is a value to be had here on the Vikings at +3 against this line. Seattle is 9-2, despite the fact that they are outscoring their opponents by just 2.6 points per game, which is probably one of the reasons why these estimates and power rating lines are not too kind on the Seahawks in this matchup. They're also roughly the same in terms of yards allowed and given up. Vikings, slightly better yards per play and yards per game than their opponents. 26-19, they are outscoring the opposition. Looking at our betting angles, some of the more interesting ones do pop up on the over-under. Pete Carroll is coach of the Seahawks against teams who average more than 4.5 yards, rushing yards per carry in the second half of the year, is 21-5 over. Over the last two seasons, the Seahawks have gone over it all 7 times they have played these types of teams. Average score there is 31-26. Minnesota, interestingly, is also 8-1 over in road games when they come into the game on a 2-game winning streak or more over the last 3 seasons. That average score is 27-24. Looking at the betting action here, action roughly split, 51% Seattle, 49% Minnesota. 65% of the betting public does like the under here as opposed to 35% on the over. In the game results, both these teams coming in here on a roll. The Seahawks have won 7 of their last 8, while the Vikings have won 6 of their last 7. It's also interesting to note that both of these teams have been playing very close games of late. Each of the last 3 games for the Vikings has been decided by 4 points or less. The Seahawks have pretty much had their whole season in tight games. Only a couple exceptions, Arizona here and Baltimore, where they were beaten by 14 points. But other than that, everything has pretty much been a one-score game for the Seahawks on the season. In head-to-head history here, the Seahawks, interesting of note here, have won 5 in a row against the Vikings, as you can see, dating back to 2012. So the Seahawks have somewhat controlled these head-to-head matchups. They don't play every year, but the Seahawks have had the better of it lately. Overall, I expect this game to be tight. I would think Minnesota plus the 3 might be worth a look here. I also think this game has a potential to be a higher scoring game. There are some nice trends that do favor the over. One recommended strategy here, because I think this one could land somewhere near the line, is to take Minnesota and the over in a 7-point teaser. So in effect, you would get Minnesota plus the 10 points and the over of 42. I think with that, you protect yourself in the case that Seattle might end up pulling this one out by 4 or 5 points. So again, tight game, probably a little high scoring is my expectation for Monday night. Thanks again for watching. This is Jeff Makinen at DRF Sports. Have a happy Thanksgiving and enjoy your week.